G'day everyone, this afternoon I've made my way down to a different lagoon on the Ovens River to see if I can catch a carp or maybe even a redfin. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. My uncle Trevor first brought me to this spot back in the 1990s, and him and I used to come here with spinners fishing for redfin, and we caught quite a lot of redfin and we could see carp swimming around. I've never known it to dry up, but I don't know whether the redfin are still in here. I don't even know whether the carp are in here, although I'm pretty sure I saw one sort of swimming around the surface over there, so I'm pretty sure there's still carp in here. The redfin, I honestly have no idea. It's been flooded, there's been water flowing in and flowing out, but I haven't known it to dry up. Anyway, I've got two rods. They're both short at the moment because one's a two-piece and it's broken in half. I'll put that together with a paternoster rig that's already on it and put a couple of Jan-Jack worms on. The short rod, the little stumpy rod, it's got a paternoster rig on it, but I've got to take that off and put new line on because the reel's almost out of line. If this wind stays non-existent, I might even put a float on it, but I'll throw some worms in on this one first, then just see how we go from there. Alrighto, the paternoster worm combo can go there. I reckon that'll be deep enough there. That's quite deep out there. I reckon that's probably sinking to 6 or 7 feet of water out there. That's good to know. Right, paternoster rig is in. Now I've got to put fresh line on little stumpy. Right, I've taken my rig off. Now the first thing I want to do is take all the old line off. So I just open the bail, lean my rod down here on my esky like that. Just sit here and pull it all off. Some people might leave this on as backing, but in order to have backing, that means you've got to tie your main line to your backing, and that gives you a knot. I don't like having knots in my spool if I can avoid it. That's it, that's all there was. Just that little bit. Now I'll get this bit of line that I took off my reel and I'll just throw it in there so that I can put it in the bin when I get home. Where did I put the new spool? Here it is. Check this out. This is the line that I'm using. Maxima Ultra Green, 6 pound. I use 4 pound. I use the same line but 4 pound on my trout and redfin rods. But for these sort of bait fishing general angling rods I like 6 pound. It's a little bit heavier because I often catch big carp with these rods. You could go 8 pound, but once you start getting any thicker than that, it gets hard to push the line through some of the sinkers. If the hole in the sinker is not big enough, it can be hard to tie. If you're using a small sinker, you can end up with a lot of memory and stuff in the line because you can't keep the line tight. I just find it harder to fish. 6 pound's a little bit on the light side. 6 pound or 8 pound is good. Any heavier is starting to get a bit tricky. Quite often when you take the old line off, there'll be a layer, like one lot of line in the knot, because it'll break at the knot like that. You really want to get rid of that, otherwise you end up with 2 knots in your spool. Now with the new spool, there's a rubber band on it. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to find the end of the line. There it is there. I'm just going to sit that on the ground there for now. This could be a little bit tricky down here. Normally I just let it run around loose, but I sort of can't do that with the water there. Reel it in, it'll start running around and run straight into the lake, into the water. Right, now I've got to tie my line to the spool. 2 things that catch people out here. See how the bail's closed? I want to open it. If I tie it on while the bail's closed, then I can't reel the line in. I need to open it so that it's tied on, then close the bail over the top of the line. And the other thing that catches people out, if they're putting braided line on their reel, you need to have some monofilament on the bottom. You have to, whether you like it or not. Even if it's only 5 or 6 metres on there, that will grip the spool. Braided line won't grip the spool, and what will happen is the whole line, the whole spool of line will go around in circles when the reel's not moving. So if you're using braided line, make sure you put some monofilament line like this underneath. But I'm not using braid, so I've just got to tie straight to the spool. So open the spool, tie the line on. There we go. There's no special sort of knot that's needed for that. And I always, you should use a knife, but I bite the tail off the knot so it's nice and short. And the first couple of turns of the spool will flatten that little tag down so it's on the bottom. And now we're in business. I'm just going to lean that on my leg. It's going to be easier because it's a short rod. Lean it on my leg, and run that through my thumb and index finger just to keep tension on it. I don't want to wind it on too loose. And I'm just going to reel that on. I reckon that'll do. I don't want to overspool it. If I overspool it, it creates issues with line running off the front. I'll go to cast, the bait will hit the bottom and the line will sort of just all spring off the front. So there you go. My rod now has new line on it. Now what rig will I use? The wind is, a bit of a breeze has picked up. Right, a bit of a breeze sprung up a minute ago, but it's dropped off again now. Anyway, I decided to go with a paternoster rig. I wanted to put a float on. I love float fishing in these types of waterways, but the breeze was, we had a bit of a breeze that was coming across that way, and I'm sure it will return. So I'm going with a paternoster rig, and I'm going to bait it up with corn. Righto, there's my corn rig, and that can go just out there. I reckon that's plenty far enough. Right, finally, it's time to play the waiting game. 2 paternoster rigs, one with worms, one with corn. Come at me, fish. I just had a big bite. I've been sitting here for ages. I was just playing a game on my phone, and I just sort of caught it at the corner of my eye. It was quite a decent bite. Well, there must be some kind of fish in here, because I'm getting a few nibbles on my worms at the moment. That was a nice bite. Got him! I have got him. No, I haven't. I missed him. I got a snag. Oh, bugger. I thought I had that fish then. I was getting a bite and I thought I hooked him, but I missed him. Then I hooked the snag. The line's wrapped around that bit of panic grass there. Oh, got him. What have I got? Let me guess. A turtle? Be a turtle on corn. Hey, well, there you have it. Look at that, eh? Turtle me up. Please don't turtle me up. Don't like catching turtles. But where's me pliers? I often say I'd rather catch a carp than catch nothing, or a small fish beat no fish. But I'd rather catch nothing than catch a turtle. But yeah. See you later, mate. Off you go. Well, folks, I'm not on the board. Turtles don't count. I'm still fishless. I've got worms on both rods now. The corn is sort of just to try and catch a carp, and I have to be honest, I haven't seen a carp jump. I haven't seen any sign of any carp. And I haven't had a nibble on the corn apart from a turtle. Well, that was a nice bite. That was a very nice bite. Now the line's gone really slack. I'm going to catch something here in a minute. My bet is that it's going to be a really small redfin. And my slack line's being taken up by something here. There it goes. Something's taken it up and... Got him! Finally! It's a fish! It's not a turtle. Is it a redfin or a carp? It's a nice redfin. That is a lovely redfin. You know what? I'm going to throw that in the esky. Oh, you beauty! That has made my day. I'm going to get getting a bite on the other rod too. Oh, what's all happening? Oh, got him. Oh, is it another nice redfin? What do I do here? I lay that on the sand. Oh no, don't go back in the water. I might have a partner for you. I reckon I have. I think it's an even bigger one. Can you believe that? Been sitting here for oh yes, look at that. Look at that. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I've been sitting here for about 2 hours, not much has happened, then bang bang, the daily double on the Jan Juck worms, you ripper. Well, hopefully these lines aren't tangled and I can just get them, so they're tangled in that stuff, but hopefully they're not tangled with each other and I can just get some worms on and get them straight back in. Wow, so happy. Well, there's the long rod. I'll put that in first. I wasn't out all that far. I was only out about there somewhere. I'll put that in first. Then I'll bait the short rod up, little stumpy rod. And then I'll gut these fish. I can't explain, words just can't explain how happy I am. Not only because I've got a nice feed of redfin, just to know that there's redfin still in this spot after all those years. Wow. Righto, little stumpy rod's baited back up. That was only just out there a little bit. Back in business with both rods. Wow, double hookup of nice sized redfin. Neither of them are... Oh, there's a bitey in this rod. Just about to say neither of them are monsters, but they're both nice sized fish. Certainly big enough to get a fillet off. Probably both 30 centimetres or so, give or take a little bit. Wow. Oh shit, got bite on the long rod again. He's still there and got him. Smaller one. Oh, it's not another turtle. Oh no, swimming. Good. Oh, it's might be another nice fish. It is another nice fish, yeah. 3. I've just finished gutting them 2. Now I've got a 3rd one. You beauty. We swallowed that. This one's going home whether I like it or not. Alright, I've got it out, but it was down deep. Let's gut it straight away. Not a second to lose. Right, I've got some fresh worms on. So excited. Tomorrow, I fill it. Stumpy rod. Got him. That's got to be a carp. If that's a redfin, it's a big one. I think I'm about to confirm that there are carp in here. Either that or I've hooked a passing submarine. Make sure I'm filming here. I'll put that down there. Oh, I'm filming, and I've got 11% battery left. This is a bigger fish. It's not a record-breaking carp, but it's, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm assuming it's a carp. If it's not, I'll be very, very, very surprised. But in saying that, I would like to see it before I lose it. No! I spoke too soon. I lost it and didn't see it. I am almost certain that was a carp. I'm going to call that a carp. I just had a near carp experience. Oh well, on the bright side, I'm averaging 100% redfin. No carp. Right, I'll put the worms back out. And then I'll check the worms. They've both got worms. I'll put the stumpy rod back out. It might be a bit far actually. It wasn't out quite that far. I'll reel it in a bit. Put the stumpy rod back out and I might check the worms on this rod because I haven't been watching it since I last baited it up. All good, worms are all still there. Folks, I've missed the hook up and about the first 15 seconds of the fight. I hooked the fish over there. I was in the middle of changing batteries on my camera when the long rod got a big bite. I just got to see it, remember. I didn't do that last time. I was devastated, but I reckon it was a carp. Just based on my, 45 or so years of fishing experience, I reckon it was a carp, and I reckon this one is too. And I reckon it's not going to be as big as it might appear. I reckon it's just going to be fighting very hard. They seem to have a lot of fight in them when the water's really warm in the summer months. Yep, carp confirmed. I can spit the hook now for all I care. I just finished changing camera batteries and I looked up and my rod was bending and, oh, there's a fish. And I hooked it and I'm trying to hit record and nothing's happening because I've got to turn the camera on. Normally it's always on, but it's on standby. All I've got to do is hit record, start and stop. But I had to turn it on. There was a third step. Anyway, enough of camera talk. This is a fishing show. And look at that. That is a very fat mud marlin. Very fat and healthy. For now. Right, I'm putting the long rod back in. I had to re-rig it. That carp had swallowed the hook and I just couldn't get it out. And I wasn't about to get my knife and cut it open. Not this time of the night anyway. It's too late for medical procedures. It's too late in the day to put my surgeon hat on. So I snapped the line, threw it up the bank, killed it first, threw it up the bank, just re-rigged it. Tied on a new rig. Same sinker, different hook. There's a bite. Hasn't long been in and something's nibbling at it there. It's not another carp, is it? I think I got another carp. What do they all come in right on sunset? Oh no, now it's wrapped around my other rod. Look at this. It's gone over it good. They always go straight down there. I've hooked 3. This is wrapped, look at this. Mine's going stupid here because this is wrapped around it. You know what? That's not another carp. That's a really nice redfin. That is a thumping big redfin. That's the biggest one tonight. That's probably 36, 37 centimetres. Whoa! Now I'm... Just in case I wasn't already excited enough, now I'm super excited. He has swallowed the hook too. Look at the size of this redfin I'm about to gut. That's got to be high 30s. Right folks, the fish has been gutted. It is 30, nearly 38. If you go to that, the longest part there, 38 centimetres. 38 centimetres, you beauty. Well folks, the fish has been gutted so it doesn't look as pretty. It's ready to be eaten, ready to be filleted, ready for the filleting table. 38 centimetres of magnificent redfin. I'm so excited. Awesome. I'm dedicating this video to my late Uncle Trevor, who passed away in 2013 from heart complications. He'd be in his late 60s if he was still alive. This was one of his favourite fishing spots, and it was a spot that he brought me and introduced me to. And I just know that right now he'll be up in heaven looking down, and he'll be so happy that there's still fish in this spot, and he'll be so happy that I'm catching them. Folks, I hit the redfin jackpot. I was thinking I might catch a couple of carp and maybe the small redfin just to let me know there's some here. Instead I caught 4 big ones, and I'm going home with an awesome feed of redfin. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video.